Today we learned about a 5-number summary on a box and whisker plot. What you should have in front of you is a blank sheet of paper that says 5-number summary up at the top. I need you to pause the video and trace your hand on this paper now. Now, if you are right-handed, your hand should look like this with the thumb on the right side of your paper. However, if you are left-handed, then your hand would look like this with the thumb on the left side of the paper. Now, when we do this activity, the information that we're going to put on the hand is not fingers specific, but reading left to right. So I am right-handed, so my hand is going to look like this. What I put on my pinky, my left-handers will put on their thumb, because remember, when we read left to right. So if you need to continue to draw your hand, pause your video and get that finished. Now, a box and whisker plot looks very similar to what I have drawn on this paper. You do not need to draw this on your paper, just look at how it is designed. A box and whisker plot will have a box, as you can see here, and the whiskers are the lines that come from the box to a data point on both sides of the box. If you notice on a box and whisker plot, there are 5 data points. These are your 5 summary numbers, and this is what we are going to learn about today. Your 5 summary numbers, we're going to make the graphic on our hand to help us remember what those 5 summary numbers represent. Okay, the first number, or the first finger that we are going to fill in is the pinky finger, the finger on the left side, so it would be the thumb if you are a left-handed person. And this is going to represent our minimum number. Your first data point is going to be the minimum number. So pause the video and get this labeled now. If I have a minimum number, which is going to be the smallest number in our data set, I am also going to have a maximum number. And your maximum number is going to be the largest number, and that number or that word is going to be on the thumb for me, a pinky for a left-handed person. So pause the video and write maximum number on its correct location. Okay, so when you're looking at a box and whisker plot, the first data point is going to be your smallest number or the minimum number. Your farthest data point is going to be the maximum number or your largest number. Okay, the next one we're going to talk about is the median. And the median is the same median you learned when you were in elementary school. The median number in a data set is your middle number, the middle number in the data set. And so its location is going to be on your middle finger. So pause the video and label your middle finger as the median number. Now, when you are writing this number, I want you to write it high like I have, because we are going to write something else underneath median number. Okay, the next 2 indicators, or the next 2 descriptors, are your lower quartile and your upper quartile. Your lower quartile is going to be the middle number in the lower half of the data. So the middle number between the minimum and the median is going to be your lower quartile. So we're going to place it here between minimum and median. So pause the video and get this finger labeled. It is your lower quartile. And next to your lower quartile, I want you to also indicate Q1, which is quartile 1. You will often hear it represented as quartile 1 or Q1. So if this is my lower quartile, then my other finger is going to be labeled upper quartile. Pause the video at any time so that you can get your fingers labeled. Your upper quartile is also called the Q3. Okay, so your 5 fingers are labeled. If you notice, your lower quartile and your upper quartile have Q1 and Q3. There is also a Q2 although it's not often used, but your Q2 is also going to be your median number. So on your median finger, you want to indicate that this can sometimes be called a Q2, quartile 2. Okay, so now we are going to be talking about range. And range is the same range that you learned in elementary school. The range of data is the difference between the minimum and the maximum number. So I want you to take your pencil and I want you to draw a line between the minimum and the maximum number. And this is going to be labeled range. Pause the video and get it labeled. Your range is also going to be known as the measure of spread. Measure of spread simply means that you are talking about the spread of data or range. And so if you see measure of spread on your test, just know that they're talking about the range. And we find the range by taking the maximum number and subtracting the minimum number. So pause the video so that you can get this information on your paper. If you need to write these words out, please feel free to do so. This is maximum number, which is what I have written here. Subtract the minimum number, which I have written here. It is taking your largest number and subtracting the smallest number. Okay, just like your data set has a range, the box in a box and whisker also has a range. And that range is between the lower quartile and the upper quartile. This range is called the IQR, and it stands for inner quartile range. That just simply means the range of the box. Your IQR is found by taking the Q3, quartile 3, and subtracting quartile 1. Pause the video if you need to catch up on the labeling. Okay, so from here, we are going to move to the other paper that you have and apply the words to an actual box and whisker plot. Okay, so you should have this paper in front of you. I have highlighted or put marker around the actual box and whisker plot, and if you notice, you're going to see your 5 data points. These are going to be the 5 summary numbers, and they are always in the same order. So this is the smallest number of my data set, and so it is the first data point, and so this is going to be my minimum number. So write minimum number or minimum in that box. Okay, your second data point is the lower quartile. So I am going to put lower quartile here. And on top of lower quartile, I'm going to put Q1. Pause the video at any time to catch up on the labeling. As you can see, this is the middle dot in my box and whisker. This is your median. It is the middle data point in a box and whisker plot. So it is my median number. Your next data point is going to be your upper quartile. So write upper quartile in this box. And again, on this, I want you to put Q3, because that is your quartile 3. And then, of course, your largest number in a box and whisker plot is your maximum number. So write maximum here. Okay, the only other box you still have to label is right here, and this is your title, and it is a box plot. You will hear it referred to as a box plot or a box and whisker plot. Okay, so that completes this connection of the 5 summary numbers to an actual box and whisker plot. Now I want you to go back to your hand. Okay, so here is the hand that we have already completed. What I want for us to do now is I want us to draw the box plot around to show where it would be located in my hand. The box is always between the lower quartile and the upper quartile, so I'm going to make sure that my box is drawn between those 2 numbers. They are data summary numbers, and so they need data points. So this data point is my lower quartile. This data point is my upper quartile. The next thing I'm going to draw is a line straight down from my median or my middle finger, and I'm going to put a data point there because the median will also have a data point on a box and whisker plot. Okay, so now I'm going to draw my whiskers. One whisker is from the upper quartile all the way out to the maximum number. And so as you can see, I have it lined up with my maximum number here. And then the other whisker is from the lower quartile to the minimum number. And as you can see, I have it lined up with my pinky finger, the minimum number. So this is a box and whisker plot, and it is lined up with our hand graphic. Okay, so this concludes your notes. Make sure that you glue these pieces into your journal. If you need help on location in your journal where they belong, please see me. The next video that you will see in the Google Classroom is for the assignment that went along with these notes. You can access the video to get you started on the assignment if you need to. The assignment is due when you complete it. It's a fast assignment, so if you stay on track, it will be finished and ready to turn in within the next 5 or so minutes. If you have any questions at all, please see me. Thank you.